Hey everybody! In today's video, I'm going to show you a way to get full credit for coloring without any coloring skill whatsoever with these gorgeous new layering dies from Honeybee. There are two die sets that I got, and I wanted to show you a couple of tips. I'm going to be using the Olo markers to color today. These are so much fun. And with this set, I picked out colors that corresponded with the colored layers on the stamp set, and I sort of swatched them out and matched them up to what there was: a light, a dark, a medium, that kind of thing on the graphic that I received. So what I will do is I will lay them out exactly as they are laid out on the stamp image that I got. And that's going to help me color them, choose the right color for each one, and then also put them together. So you'll see this happen pretty quickly. Now, I'm just kind of a visual person, so this helps me, but you can do whatever you want when you're putting yours together. You can also think about cutting these out of patterned paper or gel press prints or anything that has different color values that might be fun once the flowers are all layered up together. So now I will use the black end of my Olo marker, which is the brush end, and I will just very quickly color these. Now this is great because if you can just pick out some alcohol markers that you want in lights, mediums, darks, extra lights, extra darks, then you can have sort of an endless array of floral colors available to you. And I think it's going to make these layering dies so much more interesting. Now, because of the free flow of ink on these, you can cover the layers really, really quickly. And they don't have to be perfect. You don't have to go over them a second or third time because they are layered. Now, when I color these, I'm not doing anything fancy. Like I said at the beginning, you get full credit for hand coloring a layered flower without really doing any detail work. But the one thing that I do like to do that I think makes a big difference in the finished die cut is make sure that no white is showing at the edges. And I do that just kind of by coloring over the edge of the flowers, just to make sure that they're all colored. Now, keep these little skinny pieces. These skinny pieces that come out of the top of the flowers like you see up there, those are actually part of the flower that you're going to put back in, so don't miss those. So I'll speed this up as I go through the other colors, and you can see that I really just use this printout that I got as a guide to sort of match the colors, but it helped me that they were in different tonal values, so I could sort of see what value marker to use. So definitely take advantage of a swatch if you get the chance. Now here I'm just spraying a little bit of alcohol and making sure that wherever I colored over the edge of the flower, that I get that alcohol off of my glass mat. So the reason that you want to do this is when you're moving on to the next color, if you go off onto the glass to color the edge, then you will pick up some marker with that next marker and you might blend the colors together. Now that might end up being pretty, but just know that that's a possibility. It doesn't hurt your markers at all. As a matter of fact, tip-to-tip blending is a fun alcohol marker technique. So is block blending, where you color on an acrylic block or a glass mat, and then you pick it up with a different color marker. It's actually a couple of my favorite alcohol marker techniques. But when it's unintended and you didn't mean to get green in your pink flower, then that can be a problem. So just get in the habit of cleaning your glass mats. One of the many reasons that I love my Glassboard mat, and I do have a coupon code for you if you want one. They're magnetic. They're just phenomenal. So here I am coloring the lightest pieces, and like I said, take care not to lose these little tiny pieces because they're important in the end. So again, I'm just lining them up so I know what order to layer them in, and I will get started putting them together. Now, I have this amazing daisy cover die that's dotted, and just for fun, I had a piece of handmade paper that a friend sent me that actually has flowers embedded in the paper. It's so beautiful, and I've just been hoarding it and not using it. But I thought, I don't know, I would try it with this background dye, and it looks so beautiful with it. And it cuts beautifully like that handmade rag kind of paper. So much fun. So I just wanted to see how it would look on that little stem. I end up not using it and using this for another card, but I think it looks beautiful with that little stem. Looks really fun. So now I'm just using some glue and I'm going to put these together. What's really fun, and you're going to see at the end, is when all the layers are together on this flower, it makes like a really nice, sturdy, thick element on your card. I think it's just going to be a fun textural element on my card, and it's so much fun. So I'll show you the side view at the end. You can see what I'm talking about. Now, all of the little details that you can see, like the little tiny bit that I told you to save, I put a little glue dot in there, and you can just pop that little piece that's a slightly different color down into there. But also you'll notice the little embossed details on the flowers, and it makes this whole thing really special. So now I will move on to the center part of the flower. It's like this beautiful layered flower, like those gorgeous peonies and stuff that you see in California. A little bit too hot for those here. So I have to sort of put it together before I put glue on it, before I commit to that. So I'm trying that out here. But the way that these layer together is really easy and fun. You can see the places on the shape that you're lining it up with in the background, and that makes it even easier to go put these second layers on. So there we go. There's a subtle difference in color between those last two layers, as you can see here with these smaller pieces. It's not much of a difference, but it makes a big difference in the finished product. Just to have that slight variation of foreground and background. And then this is the little bud in the set. So this is a separate flower that you can put on a stem, and it's a beautiful little closed bud that uses the same colors as the flower in my main flower, and that has just a little bottom piece that goes, you can see the shape on the bud. It goes on top of that and just makes the bottom of that bud, and then you can use the leaves and stems in the set. Look how thick that is, even on the little bud, but look at that. Isn't that fun? It's like such a three-dimensional, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful flower. And I have an idea that I'll show you probably next month with this. So head over to my blog for more information and some exciting new products, and thanks so much for watching.